Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So I think you have already seen the thumbnail, and here on my screen you can see that I have received one comment on which I am going to make this video. So here what the person is trying to ask is, let's say if we are trying to execute PowerShell command, or let's say if we are opening PowerShell through Python and then executing a command, we want to save the output of that command into a file, right? So that is what is required, and that is what I understood. So here I have written this code to see if it is working fine or not, and hopefully it is working fine. So right now it is not writing anything to a file, so here we are just trying to print it. So let me just run this real quick to show you guys if this is working or not. So here you can see that I executed the command get date, and this is what I got. So it seems good enough. I will explain this code line by line, and then I will also tell how can we save this output to a file. But before we do that, if you are new to my channel, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. There is an easy and quick step that you just have to press that red colored subscribe button, and that's all. That is all that you have to do, and rest is up to me. So let's see what we have to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, like, I am going to remove this entire code and then explain step by step, and I want to show you what I'm trying to execute first in PowerShell. So here like I said, we will be using simple commands that we know of. So I know few commands. So this get date is going to give us date, or you can try what we used to in CMD, that will also work, but going specific with PowerShell. So this command returns us date along with time. So this is what I'm going to execute through Python and save it later on to file. So here we only need one module, which is subprocess. If you don't have that, you need to install it using pip command. That's the easiest solution. And after that, we only have to use one method, which is run. So this method is basically for, let's say, if you need to open any application separately as a process and later on keep track of it, or let's say if you want to maintain it like the beginning of the application, the end of the application, or maybe the middle section of the application, you should use this method. So it can help you track each and everything, and maybe you can maintain it somehow. So here we are going to just provide which application we are going to run, and are we actually working on any kind of parameter like command, because we need to execute the command. So that's how we need to provide an argument here, and then we need to actually provide the command that we want to execute. So there are three parts, right? First is the application that we have to execute. So here I have PowerShell. Now the command that we first the argument that we know we have to perform here on this application, or you can say the option, or what's the word, the operation that you want to perform on this application, and then the actual task that you want to do. So here we need this get date. So this will run PowerShell, open PowerShell, but it will not keep hold of it. It will execute the command, and then to capture the output, we need to use an argument specific to our run method, which is capture output, and by default it is false, so we need to make it true. So T is capital here. Now we can hold the output to a variable. So here I will just do output. I hope this is clear, because this is going to be the most important part in this video. Now we can try to print this output to see what we are getting. So right now I'm getting an error. Okay, stupid me, I missed R here. Now let's run this. So as you can see, it is opening PowerShell and it printed out the output also, but that is not in our required format. So here in the output, let me explain what we are getting. So this part till here is what we provided to our what to say, sub process module. So this is what we provided, and this is what we got. This is the entire thing that we received. So return code equals to 0, which means that everything went well, successful, and that's why the output is in std out and std error is null, right? Otherwise it would have went the other way around. So as you know, you can also work on if return code equals to 0 or not, then only take out the std out, otherwise take out std error. But we know that get date is not going to create us any problem, so I'm just going to directly get this one. But in your case, whenever you want a foolproof application, you should think of worst case scenarios, which is like it could not be 0. If it isn't 0, you have to think like that also. So I'm just going to get this and print here, and then let's see what we have. So here the output should be like this, but it's like this, and it's not good, right? So one thing to notice that it has this B at the start, which means that this data is of type byte. But if you want to confirm the data type, you can do something like this. So here you can see that the type is bytes, and that's why we are seeing this weird data. So we have to convert bytes to string so that we can see something like pretty enough. So to convert that, I have to decode this to string. So I need this outside, and then I will use decode, and the decoding format is the universal format, which is UTF-8, and then I will hold this to another variable result, and then I will try to print result. Okay, so this seems good. Now what we are left with is that we just have to write this to the file. So to do that, we first need to open the file. If it is not there, then it is going to create it for us. So let me think of a name. So let's do output.txt w and as file, and that's it. This is it that we have to do. Now let's try to run this. I forgot to do one thing. So there is no message that this went successfully, which you can try later on after this, right? So you can do that, and this is saved at my desktop, and so this file should be at desktop. So here you can see that we got the output, and it looks good. So I hope the explanation part is clear, and I know that my video is going to lag a bit and maybe more, I'm not sure. So this is it for this video, and I apologize for the lagging part, and I hope that we will meet in the next one. Till then, have a good day, stay safe, and bye bye.